Yo, what's up, degenerates? It's your boy Tokenomics, aka Crypto Sancho, in the house, and I hope you had an amazing day. I know I did. pDAI and Bear absolutely ripped. Again, we're going to get into all the happenings. Want to talk about liquidity as well. It's going to be a good show. Let's get into it. Yeah, so anyways, check out this chart. We are absolutely zooming and grooving, guys. Had a bunch of big buys today. If you look down here, actually, I just have the chart on the big sells over $5,000 or big orders over 5K. And you can see there's quite a few. So there's bigger orders coming in and out of here. And there's this big sell down just here. It wasn't too long ago. It was 8 minutes ago. And as you can see, it's getting chewed up here super quickly. So it's hot. People are buying the dips right now. And everybody wants to get into some pDAI. If you zoom out on the macro, this is why. It is, it's a 4 hour. Let's go to the daily. Boom. It is just an absolutely glorious chart. It is just getting set up. Looks like get ready for all-time highs and beyond. Not financial advice. Nothing on this is financial advice. So anyways, woke up today and we had a DAI logo on deck screener as well. So that started it. It was super lit. So shout out to Zach for putting that together. I know the community had donated. We're going to get into a little bit more on some donations on that later. There goes one of my lights. Oh well, no worries. We'll just keep it moving over here. No big deal. And then let's see. So the next little crazy thing that happened, Richard Hart tweeted this, and he just keeps doing these tweets that just keep lighting fuel to this pDAI fire, man. I'm telling you, there's something's up with this. Anyways, as you can see here, there is. Let's see if we do this here. If that helps out a little bit. There we go. Helps out a little bit. There we go. I like it. I can deal with that. As you can see here, he's got the 414. He highlighted he took a picture of all the tokens, as babies, and then of course there's 414 on there. The Maria address. Coincidence? I tweeted it as you guys decide. He's done so many of these weird tweets, especially when pDAI and Atropa get going. He starts to do stuff like this. Again, I don't know if it's coincidence or what, but this is like the 10th time he's done something like this. If you haven't paid attention, I should probably make another video on all the times Richard Hart lit fire onto the pDAI and Atropa theories. I'm gonna actually do that because a lot of the theories actually come from him, the stuff that he's done. Reason we got so excited. This is another one of those things. So if you're new, it's the first time you're seeing something like this. This has actually happened quite a bit, FYI. So, again, you decide if it's coincidence or not. I've seen it enough to where it is not coincidence, in my opinion. You never know. And then, right after that, boom, the largest order in pDAI history has been booked. 37,000 hit the screener on version 2. There was another 10K on V1. It was through pDAI, so it was a total about 50K. There's 3K in slippage. This person doesn't give a rat's booty about slippage because, as you can see, they are holding on to a milli. So the whales have entered the building, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! I need to get a soundboard, get the claps and stuff, the party sounds. So, but anyways, super duper exciting for that. But this is really reiterates the point of how important liquidity is going to be for this token as well, especially as more money comes into it. Again, we'll get into this later. And a lot of other people went and dug into this wallet. Carol did. Charlie, Ultimate Casino, same person. Goes by many names. Really good at digging. Really good, tinfoil hat person. But anyways, what this person did is they've been farming a bunch of ink, ink pairs, and they basically just swapped their ink into pDAI. That was lit. Now, they have had pDAI for a while. I did go back and look at the transactions. I don't know if this is going to pull up on me right now. Whenever I start recording, stuff doesn't load. But anyways, I went back. You can go find it. He's moved through some wallets and stuff. You can go find. He's actually been holding pDAI since August. So early pDAI holder, just bought a lot more. Like a lot more. And he's never sold pDAI. I went through all the wallets that he's had since he's bought pDAI. I could not see. I think there were some small sells. It was like nothing super crazy, but all in all, is still like net positive to the community. So shout out to that. We are zooming. Big buys in the house. Let's keep it going. And then this, I just love this kind of thought, right? So it's like when we, and I think a lot of people are starting to catch on to this too. So when we say pDAI to $1, we're called crazy conspiracy theorists, right? They need a tinfoil hat emoji, actually. Elon, if you could give us a tinfoil hat emoji, that'd be dope. It's like, but nobody says anything when they say 100 hex. It's like literally the same thing. Anyways, pDAI to $1. It's like, let's go. So I like that. But anyways, let's just do a little reset up in here. Let's get this little video action going. Uno momento.
Over $1 billion of Bitcoin has already claimed their fucking hex in 5 days. Dumbass. You know how much money that is? Dumbass. It's a lot of money. It's more money than you'll ever have, okay? That's in 5 fucking days with no ads. No ads, Peter. $0 spent on marketing, bro. You know how good that performance is? You know whose chat rooms are growing in size in crypto? Hexes. Not anyone that I fucking know. I retired at 24. You're still broke as fuck.
This goes out to all my Hexicans flexing. We all be repping these investments with no stress. Richard blessed us. We're getting Rolexes, Louis V, and a new Benz. Tell all your true friends. Sacrifice some coins to this new sense. Stake it till you make it 55.55. But don't cry, dry your eyes when your old coins die. PulseChain will be insane and the gains will reign truly. Snack on blockchains like my name is Scooby. ETH got a strap down with gas now, but Rick's about to burn the fees up just like a joint getting passed around. My whole Hex fam be all bros with Lambos. Worst nightmare to this crypto like Rambo. It's going up like a ship to the stars. It's always giving the creator, he must have a rich heart. PulseChain gang got me all covered in bling. They're covered in rings. Ricky keeps doing his thing. Got a bunch of fucking haters in your crypto fam. So good with numbers, dumb enough to think that Hex is scam. You know it all, but bits tanking now. 40% isn't enough, go get a bank account. When we compare what they can give you on a yearly gain, I'll be flexing with Hex and you'll stress insane. When I'm rich, I'll impress and forget your name. Ethereum is going down, sincerely. PulseChain gang.
My whole life I've been giving people what they want, giving them an amazing deal. Which, by the way, I've been in business a long fucking time. I had hundreds of thousands of customers. And name one motherfucker that got a bad deal. Fuck getting scammed. Let's talk about just even get a bad deal. Didn't even get a good deal. Who the fuck would that be? Anybody in my car stereo store get a bad deal? Anybody in my search engine optimization company get a bad deal? Anyone in my mortgage company get a bad deal? Anyone in my sex toy store get a bad deal? No, motherfucker. Everybody got a good deal every time because I like to make money. You want to make money? Give people a good deal. Why would you fuck them over? That's not how you build business.
Yeah, love that jam. Here we go. That is from Morgan Corey. I'm gonna link that down there. Go give that guy some love. That was epic. Honestly, I've listened to that a few times the past couple hours, and every time I listen to it, there's a new line I like. But at the end, every time I make it through to the end, when he's like, sincerely, it's like Ethereum's going down sincerely, PulseChain gang. Ooh, I'm like, yeah. Because, we believe it, right? Like, that video was made, when was this video? 2 years ago, right? That's when, all the Hexicans thought PulseChain, there was, ETH was going down. Now, not many of them, hopefully they still think it's going down. But I think the pDAI gang, where we're at, the PulseChain dark web, is really who thinks ETH is going down. Obviously, we got a long ways to go. But we, there are legs, right? I think there's a lot of crazy stuff that could happen, and you never really know. So anyways, let's keep it moving up in here. Then later today, what we had our boy Sami, our friend over here. He posted about the DAI stablecoin logo add-on. He said, one of the funniest things I saw was reading the new deck screener description for pDAI, DAI from PulseChain, the world's first speculative future stablecoin. Shout out to Zach for putting that together. Yeah. Anyways, never seen this narrative. It's never seen a narrative like this before, and the community is still strong, so might be good leverage on PLS. Yeah, definitely. Shout out to that. That's kind of what we're saying, and I made a post the other day too. Like if PulseChain, Pulse goes up 100x, which is like, pretty hyper. Let's say like on a good, that'd be really good, right? But anyways, let's say it goes up 100x. All pDAI would need would be a 10x leverage on Pulse in order for it to get to $1 from basically where it's at right now. I think even a little bit less with the way it's gone today. But anyways, coming back to it, never seen a narrative like this before. Just think about it. The world's first yes, this is what we've been saying. It's only a matter of time before people see it. I'm glad the Hexicans are starting to figure it out. Shout out to my guy Sami. Yes. This narrative is insane. And when you start to think about like the amount of liquidity that has to be on the chain in order for this to get to $1, that's why we start to say like, oh my gosh, Ethereum, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but like, oh my God, like it requires a lot of liquidity. And that's why it would have to basically take over. For this to happen, if pDAI pegs, we're going to basically be close to, or like catching up to, or like we're going to be around there with, as far as with maybe not market cap, but like total value locked on chain is what I'm talking about. So anyways, check that out. Super lit tweet from Sami. Great to see that. And then FYI regarding that, the PRC Pantheon is what paid for that. So really it was the community, right? Shout out, lots of people in the community donated, but a big chunk of that came from the PRC Pantheon. That is the NFT collection that I've started. And the reason I want to talk about it right now, it is relevant, is because I've actually helped manage a lot of liquidity, and I kind of got some thoughts on that based on what I've seen. If you don't know what the Pantheon is, basically what we've been doing for the past 6 months is we've been buying up pDAI with all of our funds, and we've been adding liquidity. And then with the rewards from the staking pool, we're then basically using that to burn up our supply and then reward our token holders. And so as you can see here, people who have staked, there's 86% of the supply is staked, which is pretty crazy. Can you see that? Yeah, I got to scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, 86% of the supply is locked right here, which is wild. Over here, you can see how much tokens I've earned. The interface is kind of dark. You can kind of see it there. And so, but yeah, it's just like 86%. I'm so thankful for the community. It's been amazing working with like all the Pantheon people. They've been so just like amazing and patient and just like awesome. Like shout out to you guys, y'all are the best. But 86% locked is absolutely crazy. So I got to give a shill for them. I mean, the collection sold out, but for them, for the people who bought, like this is a shill for them, and also the money that does come in, we do add to pDAI, so it does boost stuff. But it's only 335k pulse, and then as you can see here, people are earning. Let's see here. If you stake, you're earning 28 pDAI per day, and you are earning 968,000 Teddy per day. And we've also got some surprises coming up as well. Really actually fun surprises. I'm, venture to say this floor is not going to be here. But as always, I like to say when I do talk about this project, that, everything on PulseChain is a good investment. And in fact, I would say there's a lot of things that are better investments than this. This is not something I want people to FOMO into. This is something that you want to do to like support pDAI, support the community. If you like what we're doing, come on, check it out, come hang. This is not like, I don't want to induce FOMO or anything, but I will say this floor price is probably going to get jacked up here pretty soon because we do have a pretty fat amount in our burn wallet that is about to be deployed, along with some really exciting announcements that are they're just going to be exciting. That's all I'm going to say. But anyways, moving on, chatting about liquidity. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, that dip just got eaten up. That is exciting. Good job, guys. Good job. I love that. So, but anyways, the dip here is, here, what was I going to say? It got super, super exciting. So I wanted to chat about liquidity. So as you can see, we're moving up. Wow, 40% on the day. Jeez, that's lit. But that's great now. like awesome. The liquidity now is good, but it's actually it's okay, right? There's actually a comment from Hexologist talking about how he, one of the reasons he doesn't invest is because he doesn't see the community invest a lot in LP. So you've got these two tokens here. It looks like there's a lot in LP when you come look at this, right? You've got the Atropa token, which is insane. 15% of this supply, which this is the V. Oh, this isn't the Atropa pair. Anyways, we can figure it's like 7 million in that pair, and then this is the 2 token pair, but this isn't real money, right? Like real money. It might be one day, right? That might be to, people want to buy and they might be able to do some fun stuff with Atropa, but right now Atropa is just a token. You can't do anything with it. So if I was to sell my pDAI into Atropa, well then what, right? When people want to unload, they're going to want to do that into the PLS. And if you look at this holder spread, it's way, way off on this token. Don't want to scare anybody. It can be fixed. We've all speculated that it can be fixed, but I think this is the time where people need to start DCAing into liquidity, whales types of things. I think we all are anticipating that there will be things that happen down the line that we don't know about. I can get into all the different things that could happen, farms, Atropa stuff. Who knows? Who knows, right? But I would say that it would be naive to leave it up to that. Maybe they need us to do something. And regardless, even if this is just like, hey, we're going to take this thing to $1, we're still going to need, I think, quite a bit more liquidity just because this holder spread is off. The PLS pair is all the way down here. There is less than 1%. There's 0.91%. Can't see. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's this one right here. Yeah, this one right here. There we go. 0.91%. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's about 10 holders with more than that. And then there's a bunch with close to that, right? And generally you want the top supply close, if not closer to be something paired with, a wrap PLS pair, right? And so we can talk about impermanent loss, those types of things, and that would be a whole other separate lesson. And in fact, I want to make one with some of my thoughts on kind of how to maximize and do all of those things. But the fact of the matter is, the earlier you add liquidity, right? Well, there's a couple ways to look at it, right? They're with this hyper volatile token, if we are thinking it's going to shoot up and be a moonshot against wrap PLS or any, whatever, there will be impermanent loss. That basically means if you pair this with wrap PLS and it shoots up like we think that it will, at the end of the day, you will have less tokens in your pool, less pDAI tokens in your pool. You'll still have some, but not quite as much, and you'll have more wrap PLS on the other side. So it kind of like, one goes up, it's like a lever, right? One goes up, the other one goes down. And so anyways, it's kind of a way to dollar cost into that. You do lose some, but it's almost like an investment in the rest of your bag, right? Especially some of you people with bigger bags. I know a lot, like, look at these wallets, and I would imagine some of y'all have been hanging out, in some of the chats and stuff that I've been with a while. So hopefully you guys are still, down to support the community. But, it's an investment, partial of your bag. And even if you don't have a big bag, whatever's comfortable with you. But I mean, if you have a small bag, I think it's best for you truly to maximize it by trying to buy and sell. Liquidity, it's more for people who, are looking for passive outside. Like, that's what I was going to say, though. You could look at it for passive, or you can look at it as a way to support the rest of your investment, right? Some of you guys have such a big bag, you couldn't even sell even if you wanted to. You have to put liquidity in there in order to sell it down, right? And then with these other big buyers that came in, we also want liquidity to support them as well. It's the healthiest thing that you guys can do for your investment, really. And then also you earn passive. I've earned all sorts of tricks. I've earned all the tricks. The truth of the matter is PulseX sucks on passive. You don't really know what you're earning. You don't know how much you've earned. It kind of stinks. But I've kind of figured it out. Again, with the Pantheon, I'm managing over about 100,000 in liquidity just in that wallet. We're actually about 150,000 now in liquidity in that wallet. So anyways, I figured it out. But it does help with that. And then also you earn passive, and it's a way to dollar cost out of pDAI without having to dump, right? So that's kind of a way. There's ways to look at it where you don't have to be like, oh, I'm just going to lose PLS or pDAI. No, not true. You're A, supporting the rest of your bag, B, earning passive, and C, dollar costing out into wrap PLS. And then the other way to look at it is, okay, I'm just going to park this long term and I'm just going to earn passive, right? Because then if you do that, you really don't care about the impermanent loss. It's just like, whatever, let's just park it. Again, you know, if you're going to do that, I would recommend to learn about liquidity. I wouldn't just do that. But if you do that, the earlier you do that in market cap, as far as pDAI, the better. The reason being, because once that market cap grows and it gets bigger, it's harder to add liquidity, right? So when it's a smaller market cap, which right now could be small for all we know, adding liquidity, right? Let's say, you know, it goes up, let's say it goes up 10x. In order to add the same percentage of liquidity, essentially, in that at that time, you have to add 10x your PLS bag. Whereas right now, that could just be like $1,000. So 1,000, boom, throw it in. It goes up a ton. So that's $2,000 you put in there. They both go up or whatever. Let's say it goes up to 20K or whatever. But throwing in 20K, or if you just left that all in DAI, you know, you'd have to sell down half and throw down 20K. It's kind of hard, right? So that's why I like doing it early. I've found out doing a good chunk of it early and collecting the passive is amazing. You can throw that passive into other stuff. You can hold on to it, use it for monthly income, whatever. And then, what was I saying with that? So, but yeah, so there's lots of ways you can do it. But again, I think it's super important, and specifically this wrap PLS pair. That's the main one that people are going to be looking at when they come in. That's the one that has the highest ROI anyways out of all the pairs that I've seen. I've played with 9mm. 9mm, if you do some really tight ranges, you can get some really crazy ROIs, but there's like heavy impermanent loss. So I don't know how much I would recommend that unless you are a pro. But I mean, there's also some cool stuff on 9mm. But even regardless, before people start playing with that, I think we need to thicken this thing up. And the other thing too is I was going to say you can dollar cost in. You don't have to just wait till the end. You don't have to do it all now. You know, if you have some PLS now, you don't have to do all of it. Oh, okay, let me just throw in 500 and 1,000. All right, and then I'll do another 500 next week, and then however much you want to do. Right. All right, let me sell down a little bit of PLS here. Let me trim, right? That's what they say, trim and add, right? Trim and add liquidity. I don't know if that's what they say. That's what I've been saying on some of these little groups where I can, you know, scoop up a little bit of supply. And that's what I like to do to support those communities. I'm not trying to come in and dump on everybody. And as you can see, the teddy bear spread is great. If you're here, I got to tell this teddy bear story too. How much time are we at here? We are at 23 minutes. All right, guys, if you're still here, best story. You probably might hear this again because I love telling it, but this is what Maria did to pump teddy bear. So Maria, like, teddy bear was down in the dumps. Nobody wanted it. The holder spread was way off. So, you know, a lot of people had way more tokens in supply. So then what Maria did was she basically like opened up the chat rooms, these IRC chats, and everyone's like, what the heck? And so now a lot of you know about them. If you don't, the dev of Teddy Bear has a chat room. She chats with people, and in that chat room she had a label for all of the top wallets, and it wasn't in the chat room, it was in a GitHub anyways. And in this GitHub she would label the top wallet for Teddy, you know, Johnny Depp, and then she would name the top 10 wallets for Teddy would all have names. One would be Angelina Jolie, and then another one would be Pepe Le Pew. One of them is named Skin Flute. Like, there's weird freaking names. Don't ask me what the deal is with the names. But anyways, Maria started chatting in gibberish, and this is when everything started to chat, because then everyone's like, oh man, 414 is crazy. She's not a genius. She's just a lunatic. And we were like, what is this gibberish? And the gibberish was Pepe Le Pew needs to add liquidity, and everyone was like, what does that mean? Like, who is this? And it was consistent. She just kept doing this. And she had, by the way, hundreds of wallets on here, like hundreds, because she has like 40 different tokens, 40 times the top 10 in each one. That's 400 different wallets and labels that she's got here. So anyways, long story short, she was speaking in code for like a month before people figured it out. She was literally trying to communicate with some of these top wallet holders throughout this ecosystem on what to do. And basically, she told everyone to add liquidity. And then everybody did. And en masse, all the top Teddy people added liquidity. And then almost instantly, Teddy sent. And if you look at the Teddy spread, it's still not 100% perfect. This is going to take a little bit to load here. Let's pull up 9mm here. 9mm. They are at a, let's see, where's they have 75 or 7. They have 768K in liquidity. They're only at a $5 million market cap. Compare that to our 568K, $31 million market cap, right? So you can just see, and that's why we're getting this heavy pump. But we got to fortify it. And then the other thing too, I'm just rambling at this point. Appreciate y'all if y'all are here. Love y'all. The other thing too, if you zoom out on the chart here with DAI, I think one of the mistakes that we made as a community is we didn't add liquidity, right? Once it kept going up. So again, looking at you whales, right? As this goes up, we need to start trimming and adding liquidity, and then that's going to fortify the pump. Of course, it's not going to go straight up to $1. I'd be surprised if it did. But it can be a lot easier on everybody if we can thicken that liquidity pool. That way, the pump isn't going to be a 90% super dip like it was last time. We might get a 30, 40, 50. Who knows? Who knows how it'll be? It'll just be a lot easier, and then also, it'll be a lot quicker recovery because it'll be more attractive for new investors to get in. So all sorts of lots of reasons. And these are the types of things that you got to look for. And last little thing, I'm just going to shill out a new little baby one I like. It is Teddy Bear Inu. We are at 367K market cap, which is, oh my gosh, that is like 300. I don't even know how much. That's 330. 60x off of where Teddy Bear is still. That's crazy. And I just think that if Teddy Bear is going to be a big one to pump, I just think the next one after that could very likely be Teddy Bear Inu. You just got to bet on Clown World. People are just going to come in looking for the next big thing. I really like this one. And then they do have really, really good liquidity on this one. They have, the top two pairs are, one of them is with Wrap PLS, and then the other one is with another token called Club 210. And then there's also a big Teddy pair in here. So I like this one. Last little quick shill on this one. The contract address ends in 414. That's not something you can automatically do. Like when you create these tokens, like the Ether, the Matrix just spits out a number for you. You can't create the number. The fact that made that a 414 address is absolutely crazy. Teddy Bear is going to fly. And the community is great. I love the community. It is so passionate. It's like they love Teddy. They're not trying to compete with Teddy. They want to enhance Teddy. They're so just like thankful to be there. Like they'll make you happy. I'm telling you, get in the Teddy Bear community. But anyways, guys, much love y'all for being here. And by the way, not financial advice, none of that. Oh, we are ripping. We are ripping. Love it. Love it. Let's go, baby. pDAI to the moon. Adios. Y'all have a good day.